So now let us have a demo and load some data into Python using Pandas. So I'm going to go to Jupyter Notebook. I'm going to create a new Jupyter Notebook so that we can demonstrate it. The first thing I need to do is to import Pandas. So I'm going to import Pandas, and then after that I will call it as PD. Is it necessarily? No, it is not necessarily. I can also just say import Pandas. It's going to work perfectly, but the thing is, sometime the library's name is big, so every time I want to use a class or a function related to a library, as you know, I need to start with the library name dot, and then after that I can write the function or the class. So in order for us to make things faster, so what we can do, we can give it a shortcut, some sort of a shortcut, nothing more. So let us just use this shortcut. You can actually write whatever shortcut you want. You can say import pandas as X, for example, and then you can just call the functions and the classes using that shortcut, So now what we are going to do, we are going to use our first class, which we are going to learn, pd dot. And now, as you can see, you have access to all the classes and functions available in Pandas. So the first function we will use is read, and as you can see here, we have read CSV, Excel. If you go down, also you have HTML, JSON, etc., etc. What we are going to do, we are going to read Excel. Let me show you the file which we are going to read first before we load it. So this is actually the file. It is data coming from a certain sensor. This is the data is dummy data. It's not real data. I have created this data for the course. And just I'm showing to you the data before we load it inside Python. So this is the data. We have 4 columns. The first column representing the temperature, second one representing the humidity, and then the power, and then a motion sensor data, whether there is a motion or not. Fine. So let us just close it, and now we are going to load the same data using Pandas. So what I need to do, since my file, if you have noticed, it is on .xlsx, so it is an Excel format. What we need to do is we need to use read underscore Excel. If it is on CSV format, we need to use read underscore CSV. So we are going to use read underscore Excel because our file is having Excel format, and we need to start with R and then double quotation. Now what we need to write inside the quotation, we need to get actually the file path. We just need to have right click and property, and then we can go to security, and then after that we can copy the whole file path, and we just need to paste it here. Now what happened is, some of you will say why we need R here. R here is going to convert all the characters inside as a normal character, not as a special character, because we have learned in basics of Python that sometime we can use a \n. So let us assume here inside our code I have new. So \n is actually, though, it's going to create a new line. So if I'm not going to have R here, Python will think that this is a special character, but in our case this is the name of the folder, it is not a special character. So to convert this special character into a normal character, we add here R. R means row. It will just convert all the characters as a string, as a normal string. Let us just return it as before. So this is our data. Now, as you know, if I'm going to load the data, I need to save it into a certain object or into a certain variable. So I'm going to call it data equal, and now we are going to execute the cell. It's getting executed. We don't have any error. That means it is successfully done. And now let us try to see the data. So this is actually the table which I have shown you before in Excel. Now I was able to load it successfully in Python using Pandas library, using a class which is read underscore Excel.